It's news time. Information is power. Be current. The news headline: No restructuring, no elections. Nadeco. The National Democratic Coalition, Nadeco, has said that it will not endorse any election conducted on the basis of 1999 Constitution, as every institution and action taken under the document remains illegal. Spokesperson for the organization, Ayo Okpadokun, who stated this in a television program monitored in Lagos, said without restructuring, there was no need to hold the 2023 presidential elections, and that those who hold the contrary view were pretenders. Anyone saying that there must be election in 2023 before we can talk about restructuring is speaking on a false premise, and it is the attitude of demagogue dictators to pretend as if elections solve all problems. Election is not the answer to the crisis we have at hand. You are asking to endorse the false document that was presented to us as a decree in 1999. Every institution under that document remains remains a false aberration and illegality. We don't want anything. We don't have anything to do with that. And if you are still under that false belief that they would hold election and hold us to ransom again, because most of them who will be elected will swear allegiance and will sit down again and watch idly. It is a false belief and hope. Nigeria will not sit down and watch idly any longer. We are fed up and with the false documents that was foisted on us. We have been governed by decrees and they do not represent our will. The popular will of the Nigerian people must prevail. What the Nigerian state must do today is to call on ethnic nationalities upon which the country was constructed and say that it is time we come together and ask if we still want to belong to Nigeria. The question has not been asked. The colonialists forced us into cohabitation without our input. It cannot continue. Let anyone who is in power know that Nigeria have suffered enough and we are living in a failed country. This is the spokesperson to the organization of Nadeco, that is National Democratic Coalition, saying that there is need for restructuring in Nigeria for 2023 before any election can hold. And this goes in line with the agitation from the Afenifere group saying that Nigeria truly needs restructuring. The person of Southern extraction becoming the president of Nigeria in 2023. We note with delight the CAT judgment that empowers the states to collect VAT. We urge state governments to further explore more areas to deepen democracy and enhance the frontier of true federalism in Nigeria. We therefore commend the steps taken by governors of the Southwest on the establishment of security networks like Amotekun and also in the Southeast, the Ebubiagu. We urge the national authorities to let those security networks be transformed into state police forces. We strongly believe that doing so will arrest the pace at which Nigeria is fast descending when it comes to the state of anomy with respect to the terrorism on the increase in Nigeria. And this is the Afenifere reacting to the federal government about restructuring. This socio-political organization called Afenifere actually calling the federal government under President Muhammadu Buhari to take restructuring serious, saying that the president is actually went for the United Nations General Assembly, the 76th session, and he actually recommended dialogue to resolve the Palestinian and Israeli issue. And the Afenifere is of the opinion that if the president can actually be advising that there should be a dialogue between the Palestinian and Israeli to resolve the issues between them, then the president himself should be able to do such and follow status quo, saying that the Afenifere has been advocating that restructuring is similar to the reform that President Muhammadu Buhari wants to see at the United Nations, saying that the dialogue that the president recommended for Israel and Palestine is not different from meeting with ethnic nationalities that are also clamoring for same. And therefore, this says that the president stating his position on these issues, on the global arena, that it is also hoped that so far he can say it in the public space like that, therefore he should also be able to do same in his country. Afenifere says that their position about restructuring remains the same, because that is the panacea, that is the solution to solve the multivarious problems bedevailing the country now, and that they insist on restructuring in Nigeria, and this should be done before the next election in 2023. In the meantime, that the restructuring will take place, the Afenifere is of the opinion that the local community should go on with the security, with defending themselves when it comes to the security issues, saying that they must defend themselves from bandits who have seemed to declare war on Nigeria, and that the group also noted that there are serious concerns about the security problems in Nigeria, and the federal government seems to be quite silent about this because they have failed to declare this terrorist organization, declare these people as terrorist organization, just like the Fulani killer men, and also the Boko Haram. Boko Haram is actually declared, but the Fulani headsmen and some unknown gunmen, the situation is pathetic. They kill police officers, they kill unarmed citizens, and many other atrocities being committed by these people. And the Afenifere are of the opinion that the governments and security agencies need to buckle up and be more decisive in the way they tackle security issues that have been making Nigerians living in pains and brutish circumstances. Therefore, they called on the government and security agencies to stop their kid glove treatment, their pampering of terrorists and kidnappers, because they are not handling them the way they should. And the Afenifere believes that terrorism and related vices, including kidnapping, are on the increase in the parts of the country because of the double standard being played by the government and security agencies on this matter. And the communique was signed by Comrade Jare Ajayi, the national publicity of the Afenifere, saying that it is a known fact that Afenifere strongly stands by the southern governors in their resolution on anti-grazing laws, and also the value-added tax, and on the person of southern extraction becoming the president of Nigeria. And these were the agreements, because we know that the anti-grazing law, about the killer headsmen taking cows, roaming about like that, and this has been stopped. They are saying that they are in support of it, and also that the value-added tax, both Lagos and Rivers states that are still at the courts, that they support it too, and also that the South, like the presidential, bid, should actually be zoned back to the South, that they also support this. And they note that they rely that the court judgment that empowers the states to collect VAT is actually should actually be followed. And they urge the state governments to further explore more areas to deepen democracy and enhance the frontier of true federalism in Nigeria. Thanks for listening.